Spiritual Life Center, transforming lives as we love, serve, and remember who we are. One heart, one mind, one soul at a time.
So hello again. It is really very, very special to be with you here. And in a way, I feel closer to you and everyone I know than I ever have. So let's imagine what our lives would be like if we had skillfulness to meet every intense emotion, every thought, every imagination, every fear completely. And I have found a method that has helped me to do that and to become the sky that welcomes every cloud, whether it is dark and menacing or whether it is a beautiful cloud, or to be able to become like the parent, the loving, wise parent that can hold the child that is upset. And this method is called Heart Fluency by Bruce Pardoe. And it has come into my life, of course, at the perfect moment. So imagine we could also trust the intelligence of life, the intelligence of the process, and simply relax with everything and embrace everything that comes, no matter how intense. And so I took a 1-hour session of Heart Fluency and I whittled it down to just 10 minutes. But because I wanted to share this with you, it is so valuable in hopes that you can use this to meet every fear and every terror that arises in your heart and in your mind, and that we can help each other with that. Let us take this moment to simply arrive here, giving ourselves a pause, a rest from everything. Allowing the words and energies to settle is a beautiful act of self-care and respect. Allowing the breath to be gentle and natural supports the settling. Breathe your attention in with the breath as you register the sensations of the breath passing through the airways and diaphragm all the way down to the belly. Imagine breathing through your pelvic floor, feeling yourself being held by your chair and by the earth herself. This earth that has always held you and never judged you. So in this very simple, basic way, there's a sense of being safe and accepted. Just feel being held. Allow your attention to flow to your feet, making contact with the floor, noting any sense of pressure, hardness or softness, coolness or warmth, tingling or a sense of aliveness. Imagine your energy flowing deep down into Mother Earth, rooting and grounding you. Simply rest in that grounding. Allow a sense of appreciation for yourself and your beautiful heart that just naturally cares. Nothing you had to do about it. It is how you are made. Just feel that caring. And now, with an attention that is imbued with the qualities of safety and acceptance, groundedness and caring, allow whatever wants to be explored in this moment to emerge into your attentiveness. It might be a thought, an image, an emotional quality, or a sensation. We simply trust that whatever emerges is perfect and welcome. Nothing you have to search for or get right. What is alive in this moment? Allow your attention to drop down out of any stories or images, words or concepts, into the direct aliveness of whatever arises in the form of sensations. Simply notice what is in your heart space. Is it light or heavy, soft or hard? Is there a color or temperature, a movement, vibration, contraction, expansion, or any other quality? Breathe deeply. With whatever we are sensing, we have a sincerity of curiosity that allows things to be just as they are, without any preference or judgment. We just let any images and thoughts pass through without attaching or interpreting, keeping the attention grounded with sensations and trusting that whatever is relevant will integrate. Notice if the sensations change in response to their passing. And really, it is such a relief to attend to our experience in this way, because there is nothing to figure out, get right, interpret, or even to understand. Just simple, nourished receptivity, feeling and sensing. We allow the attention to open and move to whatever it feels drawn. Notice the balance, receptivity, and patience. This neutral, observational orientation that is not stuck to, lost in, or identified with our experience. We are spacious, yet intimate to what is happening, and there is no need to interfere. Simply notice what you are experiencing, heavy or light, hard or soft, some kind of temperature, movement, color, or luminosity. Take your time. We are letting everything flow through with a gentle invitation, open to possibilities, trusting that whatever is relevant will integrate. Be thankful you have engaged in these energies that have emerged in your attention. Now that you know them, you will be able to continue the process of holding them skillfully towards a healthy relationship with them the next time they arise. Acknowledge your patience, courage, sincerity, and resolve. As we close now, allow a sense of gratitude for yourself, your beautiful heart, and the mystery of your unfolding. Recognize that you did not have to create the nourishing qualities you opened to today. They are always present, but subtle. They can be an empowerment in any moment you acknowledge or remember them. With that, you can meet anything that arises. If it feels supportive, place your hands on your heart now and feel yourself in the moment. Taking a deep breath. And with a sense of gratitude and empowerment, and when you are ready, allow your eyes to gently open. Aloha, Divine Source of all things, Great Spirit, Creator, and beloved Mother Earth, Gaia. I thank you. I am sorry for everything I have ever said and done in ignorance of our true nature to any aspects of us. Teach my heart and mind to know you fully, so the rest of my moments on earth are lived with wisdom, peace, presence, compassion, and love for all life. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Ich liebe dich. Es tut mir leid. Bitte verzeih mir. Danke. Mahalo. Ike Yakoa, Mahalo. Ike Yakoa.
Mahalo Ekeakua Mahalo I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Aloha wau, yaoi, e kala mai e au. Olo olo, e kala mai, mahalo. Mahalo, aloha wau, yaoi, e kala mai e au. Olo olo, e kala mai, mahalo. Mahalo, aloha wau, yaoi, e kala mai i au. Olo olo, e kala mai, mahalo. Mahalo. Ekeakua, mahalo. Ekeakua, mahalo. Ekeakua, mahalo. Ekeakua, mahalo. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Mahalo.
Let's take a deep breath together. You know, this time reminds me, and as Jerry was talking about the light, that in the story that I would like to refer to a lot today, the Lord of the Rings story, that Frodo, the main hobbit whose task is to bring that evil ring back into the fires where it came from, he was actually given a light by the elf queen Galadriel. And that was a light that was from the brightest star in the universe. It was the Christ light. And it was given to him so he would have a light when all other lights failed. And he used it, and several times it helped him through some pretty scary things. And I think all of us have that light within us. We all have that inner light from the brightest star that can shine when all other lights fail. So Gandalf the Wizard, which in my understanding is more like the equivalent to a sage, a saint, someone with great capacity. Frodo said to Gandalf, I wish it need not have happened in my time. And Gandalf answered, so do I, and so do all who live to see such times. But it's not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. So my original title for this talk was, a long time ago when we made plans, was Intention, Effort, Surrender, and Grace, which is kind of a roadmap, a recipe for life. And it's only lately that I am getting a deeper understanding of those aspects to our journey. And so I would like to talk a little bit about, reflect a little bit about the intention that we might have for this moment together and for our lives at large and for each other. So I would like to dedicate this service for the well-being of this congregation, of the participants here, and all those connected to us, and the well-being of all beings everywhere. So my main intention is, and a picture is worth 1,000 words, to live from the space of what you see. It's an image of a little creature, like a mouse-like creature, sitting in a flower. And it's just a complete yes to life. Do you think that mouse is going to worry about the next moment? I don't think so. It's completely here, completely now, in the bliss of this moment. And another image that conveys the state of being is a picture of my grandnephew in Germany. And I put this image, the soul portrait with the dolphins, together with him because it's the joy of those beautiful sea creatures that he carries. And everyone who he meets on a forest trail or in the city, he goes, hello, hello. And if they don't answer him, he goes, hello, hello. And he reminds me of that joy of life that nothing, no outer circumstances can take away from us. And many wise people have emphasized that point, that what we are experiencing is an inner work. It is not an outer situation. It's just we need to remember and refocus on that. So for a moment, I would like to invite you to close your eyes and touch your heart and go within and feel what is really important for you in this life, in this moment, for the rest of the time that we have together here in this form. What is the most important thing for you? We have been chasing the dreams. We've been chasing the money. We've been chasing the houses. We've been chasing entertainment and relationships and happiness from out there, somehow to fill a hole inside. Maybe we never did experience the kind of love we needed in our upbringing. And so we're always searching. What is it that is really important? And why did we seek all the things we did seek? Was it not just to make ourselves feel good, to make ourselves feel whole, to know what true love is within? So let's remember that we are given this opportunity now and for the rest of our lives to choose that in each moment, to affirm that not with our mind only, but from the depth of our being. And from that depth in our being, I have had words come to me that I will share at the end of this talk. And they are very profound, and the mind cannot speak them from a separated identity. And as far as intuition or intention is concerned, in the story Lord of the Rings, which I really love because it has so many parallels to our time and to our process, the intention didn't become clear right from the beginning. There had to be some research. So Gandalf the wizard researched, what was this ring? What did it mean? And once he became clear what it was, they had a council meeting with all the different races, with all the different beings, and it became clear what they had to do. Once they knew what it was, it became clear what needed to be done. And then they put all their effort, all way beyond their capacity, what they thought they could do, into the journey. And then they had to let go. At a certain point, we can't do it ourselves. They had to let go completely and let something bigger take over. And then at the end, grace comes in. And grace can come in two different ways. It can come as fierce grace, where all the things we rely on that we love and that are important to us gets taken away. Like Frodo had to lose his finger with a ring on it because he couldn't let it go. It had such a power over him. And that's what this ring does. The symbol for separation, the idea that we're not taken care of, that we are separate, that we have to fight and struggle on our own. And all the aberrations of that idea, all the variations put together into one evil intention, one separated from the truth intention. And it would take over your mind, and it would take over your being. And I was just glancing at the clock, and it says 1, 1, 1, 1. That is pretty amazing. That happens to me all the time. So what is the thing that we are holding on to? Maybe something familiar, something old. But the truth is, we are the fellowship of the ring. And we set out together. And we have already left the safe world, the Shire. And in the story of Lord of the Rings, the fellowship that set out, that pledged to each other their support, eventually got broken up. Eventually, each person had to forge their own way, and they didn't have internet. Imagine we didn't have internet right now, or cell phones. They only had intuition, the internet. So they had to trust, they had to go into a much deeper trust that somehow the other members of their fellowship would be okay and would do the task that they had to do. So the effort part of the journey is really not to create something new, but to find that inner resource and to keep fighting the enemy, which is within each of us, the enemies of harmful thoughts towards ourselves, towards our bodies, fearful thoughts, fearful states, stressful states. They all break down our immunity. They all break down our light. And so the effort is in saying no to that, using the sword or the bow and the arrow of our own discrimination, of our own power to choose. And I have to honestly admit that it's only recently, through the meditations of Jedi Mali, which totally connect me to the divine, and through the Heart Fluency process, which helps me to be present with whatever old trauma and old emotions arise, with those two things, I am finally able to really do that, to say no to that which is no longer true for me, to that which I no longer need to live again and again and again. I've already done it for 66 years, okay? So when is the time when we make that stand, when we fight the battle, when we take up the sword and the arrow, and we say, no, you cannot pass here, like Gandalf the wizard had to fight his past. He had to fight this creature from the underworld, from a long forgotten time. And he had to say, you shall not pass. But Gandalf actually did get, he went into free fall. And it looked like he died, and he did die to his old self. And then he was reborn as Gandalf the White, with much more clarity, much more power, and he came back to finish his job in this world, to be of assistance and guide all those that had lost their inner light, that had lost that brightest light of the star that can shine when all other lights fail. And so just like the fellowship, we too are now broken up physically in isolation, but each of us is doing the job that is most important for the greater good of the whole. And we're doing it in our own way, and each of us are fighting the enemies, the inner enemies that are unique to us, to our mindset, to what we have learned from others, our unique brand of separation. And we're saying, no, I choose something different, no matter what happens. And in the end, Frodo, like I said, had to have lost his finger with the ring. The ring was put back into the fires of the mountain where it came from. It did get merged back into source at the fire of truth. That's where all things are purified, no matter how distorted they may be. But he couldn't do it alone. He had even Gollum, that creature that was scary and dangerous. Gollum in the end saved the world. He was helpful. And Frodo always protected him, even though Samwise wanted to kill him. And then in the end, they sit on this rock. The mountain is exploding, the fire all around them. And they just let go. They know there is no return back home to the safety, to the illusion of safety of the Shire. They can't get back home. So they sit on the rock and they hold each other and they cry. But they let go. And then grace comes, not as fierce grace, but as the grace, that final step that the Course in Miracles talks about, that we cannot make ourselves. The step by the divine that helps us to go all the way into the truth of our true being, of our divine nature. And so the eagles come with Gandalf guiding them and pluck up the little hobbits that have given more than they thought they could in the journey. They have gone through so much peril and so much heartache and so much pain, and they get plucked up from the rock by the eagles and taken to safety. I could do 100 Sunday services on this material. It's so rich. But I would like to end with these words that I mentioned in the beginning that came to me from that state of choosing truth. When I took time to sit, to close my eyes, to breathe, to drop in and fully turn my attention to whatever wanted to arise, truly like a host who welcomes even thieves, the disowned, and all the many faces and degrees of uncertainty. When I breathed with all of it, noticed the qualities, the sensations and the textures. Intense feelings arose. Staying present with this energy in motion, emotion, nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to control, nothing to change. The breath and the qualities. Something opened.
Insights came about the nature of old patterns, and I became the sky, the field of God, the love and the purity of awareness, without judgment. And the following words arose from the experience deep within. They are reminders, signposts, and when I speak them, not just as an affirmation, but with real conviction, as a statement made by a holy child of God, the holy infuses my whole being. I am the same. I am ever the same. Nothing has changed, even in the face of panic on the planet. I am only here to be truly helpful, with or without this body, with or without money, with or without safety, with or without answers. I am here to give everything I am to the all that is. I am the frequency of God, the gratitude, the love song, and the infinite field. I am the all that is. Bless you more and more, without end.
In the light of truth, all things are one. Opposites dissolve. What was lost can come home again to ourselves, to what we always were, as if we never left, but much more aware of the beauty, more aware of the love and this dance of creation, the dance into life, more aware of the beauty, more aware of the love and this dance of creation, the dance into life. Back home again, forever in the arms of love, forever safe and secure, forever we are always here, forever in the arms of love, forever we deposits dissolve, what was lost can come home again to ourselves, to what we always were, as if we never left, but much more aware of the beauty, more aware of the love, and this dance of creation, the dance into life, more aware of the beauty, more aware of the love, and this dance of creation, the dance into life, and back home again, forever in the arms of love, forever safe and secure, forever we are always here, forever in the arms of love, forever we are always here, forever. In the heart of love. In the heart of love. Spiritual Life Center, transforming lives as we love, serve, and remember who we are.
One heart,
One heart,
one mind,
one soul.